Hey everybody, how we doing today? My name is Michael and welcome to MS FITZ'S Adventures. Hey, we got some projects to do today. It's going to rain for the next like 8 to 10 days. So you know what to do first though, right? Go down below, give us that like. After you do that, go ahead and subscribe. And then if you ring that bell, you'll get notifications each week that we have a video every Sunday. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Tell you what's going on. All right, guys, so I am here still in Desert Hot Springs. I am working now. Actually, I go in at 3:30 every day, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. I get 5.5 hours, so that's like 16.5 hours for the site now. Better than working that whole week. I kind of like that. I kind of like being off the 2 weeks too, but you really couldn't find a job. So I've got some feelers out for jobs. There's a bunch of places around here that are hiring. I put in for a dispensary, and I put in also for one of the labs here. They roll blunts, and they make oils and things like that. And I think they also make edibles, the company. They have all these little warehouses here, and that's where they manufacture everything. So I've got some apps into them. They pay like $18 to $26 an hour. And then I also have the dollar store. They're still not hiring me for some reason. I don't know. I go in and they have new people in there. So whatever. Anyways, trying to still look for a job. Just to support me a little bit more. Get the beer, get the other necessities in life, pay my insurance, you know, stuff like that. And eat, yeah, eating. That's part of it too. So anyways, guys, it's gonna rain, like I said, for the next 10 days. We're not gonna be able to go too many places. So I do have some things I want to do, and I'm gonna show you these first. First off, something that has to be done today. We have a leak, and the leak is in the bathroom, and the leak is up on the roof. So we're gonna go up there and fix that. I figured out what it was. We got the part for that, which is, let's see, where is it? Oh, there it is. It's a new rubber gasket for the vent that's over the toilet. Yeah, the other one is so dry rotted that it was blowing wind the other day, rain, and it was getting in, and I had to actually put a towel underneath it because there was so much water on the floor. The towel was sopped and wet after the rain came. So we can't have that at all. We have so many other things falling apart in this camper that, yeah, we can't have that one leaking too. So this is the fix for it. It was $5, and what it is just a big gasket that goes around the top of it. I got to read up and find out how to secure it up there, if you glue it up there or if you just leave it and it snaps in. It looks like it just kind of goes over the metal, but we'll see. Hopefully this is the right one for it. It says it's universal, so I don't know. All right, so the second thing, I have a neighbor next door, and she just got a new rig. She went from a pool camper, which was a really nice pool camper, better than ours, and she got a Brinkley or something like that, fifth wheel, brand new. Brinkley's are brand new, 2024. It's an offshoot of another company, and yeah, so they're supposed to be really nice. So anyways, she got this brand new fifth wheel, and she asked me if I wanted something, and I told her, well, yeah, I don't have one. This is a backup camera. It's the FURRION S backup camera, and you put it on the back of your camper itself. There's a place for it, and once we put it on there, then yeah, we can back up and stuff. Now to get it up there, I have to unscrew some screws and do some stuff. So it just so happens that when we're doing this, we can do that too, because it's right there. All right, guys, so I want to show you this thing in just a couple seconds, so let me show it to you. So this has already been on her rig, just the camera part and the antenna, okay? So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take this whole thing and probably, I don't know, let's see, take the whole thing off and put this whole thing on. It's got a rubber gasket on the back of it. Or I can take just the camera out. There's 4 little screws there, get the camera off and then attach it to the one that's on my camper. They're the same exact things. They go on all of them. What they do is they give you the bracket, and if you want to buy the camera, you buy the camera and put the camera on. These are about $350 to $500 for just this part and the monitor. She said she paid $350 for it. The one that she has automatically comes with one, and she doesn't need it anymore, so she sold it to me for 50 bucks. I told her, let me see if it works, and if it works, I'll give you 50 bucks for it. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna try to put this up. Here's the monitor for it. The little foamy, or the little suction cup on the back here, that little suction cup, that broke off, and hold on, let me use my camera. Okay. Anyways, it broke off, the little suction cup. I glued that back on. Seems like it will stay. It's got an antenna also. Let me see, show you. One-handed stuff's not fun. It's got the antenna on it too. This is all Bluetooth. So you plug it into your cigarette lighter, which, yep, look, it's got a cigarette lighter plug. So you plug that in your cigarette lighter. Once it's plugged in, it will find the camera that's in back of your rig. And once it finds the camera there, it will set up itself, supposedly. There's things that you gotta know before you do it. Well, first off, where it's at on the roof, it's in the back of the camper, below the lights that go around the top of the camper, the little, whatever they call those lights. Anyways, it's hooked into those lights. So literally you have to have your headlights on to make those lights on in the camper, and you have to have it plugged into the truck. So with the little 5-way plug that we have, or 7-way plug that we have. So that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to go up there, easy peasy installation of putting it on, but then you're gonna have to move the car or the truck over, plug it in, turn on the lights, and just to see if it works at all. So we're gonna do that today. I have to go to work at 3:30. It's now 11:15. Let's see if we can get this done by at least 1. I wanna go get something to eat before I go to work, and yeah, clean up a little bit. But yeah, welcome to Misfits Adventures. Today's the day that we're gonna go put this FURRION backup camera on, and we're gonna hopefully make sure that we don't get any water in the camper, because we're gonna put the vent gasket around the top of it. That's what we're doing today, all right, guys? All right, I'm gonna get up on the roof. All right, I'm up on the roof. Lost audio from the microphone, so I'm just doing this, kind of narrating what I did. Yeah, the gasket's up there is completely rotted. It is completely dry rotted. There is no flexibility hardly in it at all. Hardly will come off, as you can see. Cleaned it up a little bit. I don't know. Ugh. Really hard to do, to get it off, and a little harder to put it on. So an easy peasy project like this actually took me recording it probably about 35-40 minutes. The lid there to the vent itself was keeping me from getting a good grab on everything, and to put the new one on, as you're going to see in a second or two. But yeah, I do get it off finally. There we go. I got all that off now. Got the back half off. All that stuff. Looking at it, oh man, it's so brittle and so dried out. No wonder it leaked. It leaked from this side right there, in the bottom of it, right there. That's where it was leaking from. So now when we're going to get this new one on, right here, make sure everything's all cleaned up, there's nothing on it. It's pretty good. I'm going to slide this on and see if I can just bend out the flap on it, and then stick it over it is what I have to do, and I have a really hard time doing this. This took forever. I want to make sure it's firstly going to fit around it. As you can see, it's really hard to get your little fingers in there. I even took the screwdriver and kind of ran it through. Figured I'd start it in the middle and the back and go around, but that didn't work out so well. It's really hard to get your hands underneath the top of the vent just to try to stick that on there. So yeah, I got the screwdriver and I'm kind of running it through right now, I think. That's what I'm doing. You can see where it is right there. Okay, now I got it. Okay, see if I could just run it along it all the way to the top now. I did purchase 2 of them in a package. It was $7, $6 and some change with the tax, so I have another one for next time. But I don't know, people always say, you know, those vents always leak. Well, you know why they leak? Because people don't change the gasket on them, obviously. Alright, I got it on. I'm trying to slide it up and around. Look at that, it's almost going. Ooh, look, I got it. Now, I got it all the way around that edge. Now I just have to get it around and go up and back. And that's the hardest part, and I'll show you how I did that in just a few seconds here. Literally, like I said, this has probably took me about 40 minutes to do the whole thing, just because it was tedious and I'm up on the ladder, and yeah. If it was another way, I think the next time I'll show you how I'm going to put it on. Problem also was when you're starting to put it on, the other half comes off, and like I kept leaning my forearm on it, and then it would fold down like it's doing now and then pop off. Alright, so I got all of it around up to that point. I just got to stick that on, and it's very hard to get it open, as always. And it's not really around the corner, I don't believe. So I got that on. See, it's not quite there. So after fiddling with it and fiddling with it and fiddling with it, I figured something else out. I went into the house and I went to go see if I got a clamp or something to keep that on, because every time I was pulling on it, it would come off the other end or wherever. So, yeah. So, this next scene, I get down off the roof. See, I almost got it on. I keep it, and then the bottom comes off. I was like, oh, man. Now, watch. Go inside. I take down the screen first. I go in and around it. And it actually went on easier than it would have any other way, I think. So yeah, man, I think that's the way to actually do it, is to do it on the inside. I had a little step stool on the inside I stood on, and looked straight up, and there it was, and it was just right there to do. So it's much easier doing it this way. There. Go to that side. See, now it's so much easier. There you go. Look at that. Oh, look, it's on all the way. Amazing, huh? Yeah, so that's how you probably should do it. But try it outside first. If it doesn't work that way, you can always do it from the inside. That whole inside there, I need to replace the screen. I need to replace everything. The motor, I'm going to hook it all back up, and it should be good. All right? There we go. We got one of the projects done. We got one started. Let's go see what we need to do. So what I did was, you can't really see it because I have the ladder in the way. I took off the cover here, exposed the wire. Now we're just going to screw the thing back on, and we'll see if it works. How's that? You can see what we're doing here. I just need to put the cover back on, plug it in. She should work just fine. Alrighty. So, I got the camera mounted onto this new bracket, right? It's got the antenna coming up. There was 4 little screws on it. Next thing I got to do is plug this in down here. I'll show you. So all I got to do now is take this plug and plug it into here and mount this over to here. So that will be up, and we'll adjust it. We'll go set it up and see if it works, and then I'll give her some money for it. How's that sound? Noisy trucks around here, I swear. This is a totally different plug. I don't even know where this plug comes from. I guess what I'm gonna have to do is pull this back, find out why or what. I don't know. Do I really want to mess with it? Do I really even care? I don't know, because I don't know what that is for. I'll tell you what I did. I kind of cheated. I went ahead and took the old one off, put this new one on. This one's smaller. I will clean it up later. I got to clean all this stuff up too. I also got to hook it up to electric. It's not hooked up inside. The cable that comes out is a totally different cable than the one that's on the camera. The one that's on the camera is just a little plug and play, like a little stereo 3.5-inch plug or whatever you call them. So yeah, I'll fix that. And I think I'm pretty much done. Hold on a second, let's get up here a little further. So look, this is good, huh? Yeah, that's all good. This is what we did earlier. I'll shut this now and everything should be sealed up so when it does rain, it comes down, we won't get wet. How's that? I'm a little out of breath after doing all this stuff. I haven't been used to doing anything for the last couple of months here. So yeah, it's a little warm right now. Humidity is up. This rain is going to be here. Got a cold front coming through for the next 7 to 8 days. Tomorrow will be rainy all day, and then every other day it's probably got like a 50 to a 75% chance of rain. Thing is, it's got to get over the mountains over there. And you can see those mountains barely in that that haze that's over it, clouds or whatever the heck it is. But yeah. That's San Jacinto. Snow up on top, bunch of snow. You can see just a little bit of it up there. All right, guys, I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna shut this up, clean up a little bit, and I gotta run to the store to get something to eat for tonight. I gotta go to work at 3:30 till 9 in that little booth up front, so yeah. All right, guys, I'll see you in just a few minutes. Well, good morning, everybody. It's been about 7 days. Went up on the roof and I fixed the vent, put the new gasket around it. Still leaks. Yeah, we had a bunch of rain and wind for the last 10 days, 7 days, and it got really bad. I did get something else working though. I didn't show you because it was windy and rainy and everything else. I went ahead and tried to finish up the one project, which was the camera. And as you can see, the camera works. You see that little blue light there? Right now, if I were to turn on the monitor in the truck, you'll be able to see it. I gotta clean up all the way around it, so don't judge that yet. And I gotta actually put it straighter than it is. But I did put some silicone up there. I sealed it up just a little bit. The next step I have to do, I gotta tell you, this is funny. I was worried. I was wondering, well, okay, the electricity, There's a wire coming out, no problem, that's going to plug in. And then when I saw the plug, it wasn't any plug that I've ever seen. So I went ahead and cut it off. I went ahead and took a plug that came with the camera for the 12 volt for the camera itself. And I went ahead and patched that all together, spliced it all in. I used my soldering butt connectors and insulated them all and put them in the side of the camper and had the wire sticking out. Well, guess what? That's a constant 12 volt power. So you can see that it's on right now. It's supposed to be connected to the running lights above that, the red running lights, but it's not. The wire's coming out from someplace. And what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to search for it or put a switch on it. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. I'm probably not gonna do it today. This project was a whole week and I need to get this video out because, hey, it's already Friday and it's gonna come out on Sunday. Yeah, so we have a video coming out on Sunday and it's gonna be this one, obviously, so you're watching it now. But yeah, look, it's kind of crooked. It's working, and I'll show you in the truck how it looks. All right, guys, so I got the monitor right here. It's a FURRION. This is the FURRION S. This is the 4.3 inch screen on it. I did not replace, but I did kind of glue that on there. I'm not sure. This is the second time I've glued it on with that Gorilla Glue stuff. Gorilla Glue really doesn't work as well as I would like it to work, unfortunately. But you can see where it's hopefully it's in those little holes, and yeah, anyways. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in. I wanna show you something else though. This is the cigarette outlet plug that comes with it. When I first got it from the lady next door, she sold it to me. I haven't paid her yet though, I'm gonna pay her this week. I plugged it into the camper into my Blue Yeti power box because it has a cigarette lighter plug, right? So I went ahead and plugged that in and it didn't work. So the monitor didn't work and I'm like, I don't know, man, this thing probably doesn't work. It's all broken, blah, blah, blah. And like I said, I fixed the little pad on the back for the suction cup. Well, I fixed this too. The spring was missing, that's all. There's a spring in between, and in between that, there's a glass fuse in there. It's usually like a 1.5 to 3 amp glass fuse in all of them. Yeah, so it's now working. See, you can see it. It goes up and down. So when I put it into the cigarette lighter, I'm gonna put it in way over here. Let's see. All right. And now I'm going to plug it into the back of this. Here, I'll show you in a second here. Look, put out the antenna. Should come right on because I had it on in the house on the Blue Yeti. Can you see the picture, dude? How's that look? What do you think? And another thing, I had this on in the house. This is the backup camera facing the little trailer behind me. I had it in the house and I'm hearing these noises in the house and I couldn't figure out what it was. Well, what it is, it has audio too. So on the side up here, here's the on and off switch. Here's the volume up, volume down. I could push this right here and it will show me, excuse me, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it just showed me the parking lane. I have it mounted crooked up on top. You can see that, see? So I need to fix that for sure. And I'm gonna point the camera down also a little bit more. So those lines are actually on the ground a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it works really well. I just gotta give her some money now. I gotta figure out a place to put it. And yeah, I'm really happy about it. Like I said, I've got more work to do on it. I have to get back up on the roof, but we're not doing that today in this video. The power is direct power to it. It doesn't have a switch, so it's gonna be on all the time. If it's on all the time, you go, oh, that's not bad, right? No, it is bad because what happens when it's on all the time, it's gonna wear the battery down eventually. The two batteries that we have are 12 volt RV or marine batteries, and that runs pretty much all the 12 volt system in the camper. Now when you're plugged into shore power, which we're plugged into the pedestal, which is 30 amp, we get electricity, and there's actually a charger that'll charge up those two batteries that are in the front of the camper on the tongue. So that's how all that works. I also have another method of charging those by taking my solar panel. I have a small solar panel besides the big PV 420 that we bought from Blue Yeti. I have a couple Jackeries, and I can stick one of those 100 watts, I have a plug for it, right on the side of the camper, and point it up, the solar panel itself, and we'll have electricity going into the batteries and charging the batteries when we're boondocking. So that's how I would do that part of it. That way, all the lights on the inside, the little switch lights that we have 12-volt lights. Also, the hot water heater is run on that. Also, the igniter for the hot water heater, and also for the Dometic refrigerator that's run off of propane, has to have a spark to start sometimes. So when you do that, it goes tut 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 tut, and it ignites, and it shuts it, off the gas if the gas doesn't ignite. So it's got a safety feature on it. So that has to work also. And then you do have your radon detector or your gas detector in there that runs off a 12-volt. So your whole complete system runs off of the 2 batteries that are on your front. As long as you keep them charged and they're discharging and charging, those batteries can last up to 5 or 6 years. Ours are probably 2.5 years, 3 years now. And supposedly they're working real well, but I don't want to run them down all the way. So that's the thing on that. All right, guys, so I don't know. There's not much going on. I'm really happy that this thing works. It's pretty cool that it does. I thank her for offering it to us, and I got to get her some money soon. Job-wise, I don't know, man. There's I got a bunch of applications. I'm gonna roll up this window. I got a dog barking out here. I got a bunch of applications in already, and I'm gonna hopefully get a call back from somebody. I'm not sure. Places I did are, you can see them from the house right down the road here. There are a bunch of warehouses that they built, big concrete warehouses. I think there's 2 stories on each one of them or more, but they're grow factories is what they are. So they're growing cannabis, and some of them are also processing cannabis on the same property, different companies. Processing it, meaning they're either rolling blunts or joints or whatever they call them, and then they also process it, squeeze it, do whatever to make tinctures and to also make oils for vape pens, for vape cartridges and all that stuff. So yeah, they're, and also there's one company that actually is, you ever heard of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer? Well, Pabst Blue Ribbon is sparkling waters, I guess they are, but they're infused with 5 milligrams of cannabis, THC, so that's pretty cool. And the factory's right over here that makes the oils, and then they ship it down to Irvine, California, which is down in LA, and then they make the drinks out of it there. So that's a big business here, and they're paying really good money. They're paying more money than McDonald's pays, and they're paying $20 an hour. So if I can get a job that's $20 to $23 an hour, and we're only going to be here maybe another couple months, I gotta have some money. So that's been the plan all along, but it hasn't worked out yet. So we'll see what happens there. I've also put in for other places. The restaurant business, I think I'm just too old and slow and fat and don't really want to work in the restaurant business anymore. I think that I've had enough of that after almost 50 years of being in the restaurant business, and my dad and my grandfather. So yeah, even though I know it, I get frustrated and I don't want to work it anymore. So the last one I worked at was a spaghetti factory down in Loma Linda, San Bernardino area, and that sucked. So yeah, I'm old. Can't do that anymore. Nope. All right, guys, so I guess we're going to go ahead and close this out. I'm going to go down to Walmart. I've got my prescriptions to get because I'm an old guy, like I've been saying. I got to go fill those. I'm going to get some groceries in the house. It is Super Bowl Sunday coming up in a couple days. I'm going to party with myself, I guess, because there's nobody here. No, I'm not going to even party. I'm going to watch the game like everybody does. I'm going to have me a few beers and maybe have some chicken wings, make some ribs or do something like that. I do have some chili that I've already made up in the freezer. I might just have some chili, so I don't even know. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next week maybe, huh? Come back. We'll have a video out for you every Sunday. Before we go, you know what to do, right? Go ahead and go down below and go ahead and click that like button. And then over there at the subscribe button, subscribe, click that button. And then after you do that, if you ring the bell, you'll get notifications each week that we have a video coming up, okay? So yeah, go ahead and do that for us, and we appreciate it. And while you're at it, hey, go on to our website, which is misfitsadventures.com, and you'll see the blog that we write every week. It goes along with the video, what we've been doing that week or what we're going to do that week. And also it has our Patreon account, all our photos, it has everything on it. So you guys got to go check that out. That's Misfits Adventures. You can see the, yeah, right down below there. Also, check out Patreon. Like I said, Patreon is really good for us and for you. It gives you content a little bit earlier. You get more things than most people do. You become part of our channel. So you are a member of our channel now, but you can become a full-fledged member if you join up with Patreon. Patreon is great. It has all of our everything on it, basically, and it supports us. So we have a $3, you have a $6, and you have a $16 tier, and you could do that. Or if you just want to drop us, you know, 10 bucks and say, hey man, thanks a lot, we appreciate it, you can always do that too, and get on Patreon and check out everything there. There's a bunch. We've been on it for 3 years now, so I have a bunch of content on it, a bunch of pictures, and a bunch of other things, everything else. So go check out Patreon, and go check out our website, Misfits Adventures. Alrighty, we'll see you next week, guys. We love y'all. Be kind, be good, okay? And who's going to win the football game, I wonder? I don't know. We'll see. Love y'all. Have a good one.